Welcome to an exclusive JMC Live. We just finished up our Easter special, and we wanted to jump right into I've Died Daily. Nice, great friends of mine from California that seem to have an eclectic background, and the style of music that you hear from them is not what you typically would think of if you're one of those sit in the church all day listening to some worship music. They actually have a little edge to themselves. So they're actually coming straight out of, and I have a friend in the chat room who's in a band too, so she's all excited. They're coming out of Fremont, California. You guys want to introduce yourselves and say what you guys play? I know the whole band wasn't able to show up, but that's all right.
All right, this is Christopher Helton. I play the microphone.
You play the microphone.
This is Ron the Kid Meyer, drums and percussion. And I'm Rob Richardson, play guitar, rhythm guitar.
All right, now let's see, who should we pick on first? I think I want to pick on the kid. Let's pick on the kid. That works. Let's talk about how did you get involved in all this crazy mix of things going on. How did this happen, you know? Let's start kind of at the beginning, like your relationship with God and what led you to the point of getting to I've Died Daily.
I've been a member of the Christian Church at Fremont and now Inroads Christian Church in Fremont, which is basically a church plant that sprung off of our old church back in 2001. I've been a member of the worship team there from pretty much day one, or that first Sunday that we had there, playing drums, and I've known Chris there for probably about, I'd say, 7 or 8 years. He's been there quite a while as well, him and Courtney and his wife Courtney, and playing in the worship band. Chris and I just kind of struck up conversations, and we, talked about music and the songs and stuff, and Chris kept talking about, well, one of these days, I'm going to get a band together, and do you think you'd want to play drums in it? And I'm saying, yeah. And so he's been saying that for the last 3 years. It's kind of like, okay, yeah. And finally, him and Sean Butler, who's actually our other guitarist and does some of the background vocals, about a year ago in February, a little over a year, it was about a year ago, February, you guys started?
It was February 2009.
Chris and Sean started getting together, and lo and behold, they find out that Rob Richardson, who works with Chris, plays guitar, has an interest, and so it's like Chris approaches me I think it was last July, and says, yeah, Ron, we got this band, and do you think you'd want to audition for it? And he hands me a CD with 3 songs on it, and I said, sure, listen to those songs. Well, that was like on I think a Sunday. Well, I think it was Monday night. I was calling him back saying, hey, if you guys want me, I'm in. The music, like you said, it seems like we really have a sharp edge to our sound, and at the same time, though, our hope is that it moves God's people, the people that really are kind of tuned into the edgy, kind of hard rock, pseudo-metal, kind of alternative type music. It's exciting to be part of it, and God is just, all the way through, has just inspired us, encouraged us.
Amen.
And it's just been one of these things where, being part of this band now, it's just a tremendous blessing. I could go on for days and talk about all the different songs.
He has.
Oh, wow. But again, it's God has blessed me personally as a musician to allow me to be basically part of this ministry that we're calling I've Died Daily. It's exciting at the same time. It's one of these things where each time we get together, it seems like God just gives us a new inspiration for a new guitar riff or something I do on the drums, or Chris will come up with a new set of lyrics or something for a song. And again, we in all of it, we just feel God moving in the music. So I hope that answered your question.
Oh yeah, that answers my question on you. Now let's jump right over to Robert. Let's hear your story. How did you find out about God, and how did you get from that point to I've Died Daily?
Well, I grew up in the church. My mom was taking me to Calvary Chapel when I was very young, and just kind of followed through with that. I to be reborn. I was born directly into it. So I've been going to church for a long time, always had a good relationship with God, and ran into Chris, and I had been praying a lot about, using my talents to do God's work, and ran into Chris, and he was like, hey, we've got an audition for a guitarist. You want to come in? And I was like, okay, sure. So auditioned, everything was great. God just laid it all out, and easy enough.
Easy? Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Well, it sounds like you had one of those open door moments where the opportunity was there and you were able to take it. I know a lot of people,
Absolutely.
a lot of people, including myself, I keep seeming to be like in a cage and the T-bone steaks being waved at me about a few things. But I know when that cage door opens, I know I'm dead set on seeing where God's got me. I go for it, and nothing's going to stop me. And that's something I've seen you guys do, is you have the tenacity to keep going forward and through the different musical styles and what's actually happening. What I'm going to do is I got to fix some stuff here on my sound. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to play one of you guys' songs, and then we can talk about the songs, and then we're going to go right back into some more interview stuff. So we're going to take a break real quick, and we'll be right back.